Hello and welcome to another gameplay review on the Virkayu gameplay channel. And in this one we have the freshly buffed EKKO, Time Lord, more movement speed early, more AP ratio on that passive, as well as better base damage and better AP ratio on the ultimate. What does it mean for us? Not much in terms of, raw jungling, but when you can PvP better and level 6 better and use that ult better when you want to time it correctly to explode an ADC's soul, you're gonna have more fun. Now, when you inherently increase the power of the PvP nature of a jungler, as long as they're getting those ganks and counter ganks in, you're going to see that quite a lot. If you're AFK farming, you're not going to see that buff or that nerf, as it were. If you buff the clearing here, well, maybe we see full clearing echoes by 310, and that means your PvP can be used more often, but that's not the case here, so. Okay, runes on your screen now. We have Dark Harvest plus Booties and Cosmic Insight, standard stuff. You can obviously have Absolute Focus in Gathering the Storm if you are in a lower elo game and you prefer just one-shotting and scaling, which is respectable, and that's what you should be doing. Best builds, best runes, best clears, best everything, and all the best jungle tips on Zota.gg with 30 plus junglers now. 30 plus junglers all activated. That's right. A few more coming tomorrow to hit that number, but basically if you have a jungler that you made, it should be there. Obviously some will be liking, but I'll work on it. EKKO has already been and will continue to had been in that list. We are obviously here going for the red into the Raptors. We have here a Virkayu, and you know what? I thought, let's have a game where a guy is on a newer account, the guy knows what he's doing, he knows how to jungle, and let's show maybe the EKKO destroying the Yumis, because sometimes you have the Yumi on the EKKO and it's not very fun or fair for anybody. But if we have the EKKO against the Yumi, that's fun for everybody. And watching him destroy Ziri and Virkayu and Vex, I think everybody is going to have a lot of fun. Let me just move this over here. Can I do that, please, Riot? Thank you so much. Now, the Flexi Clear is the Flexi Clear is something you can do. Yeah, the Flexi Clear is a really great option for EKKO. As Virkayu runs across here, we'll see 12 CS and a ward plus blue buff, no red buff, which means we know he's falling back into this. If you suspected EKKO might try some sort of 3-4 camp invade, that's good procedure. But EKKO just says, you know what, fine, I see you do that. I'm going to gank the top lane here. Here we go. Oh, nice Q, nice time wind. I hope you guys saw that. Very nice time wind. A good slow, well executed. And the Virkayu now is going to be trailing. Will he do red and collapse and try to get a kill here? Will his greed get the better of him? Let's see. Ooh, hello, sir. Yes, I think it might. Let's just chuck the Q to get the slow. You're going to get stunned. No, you run away right away from the counter-strike. That W does hit onto the Rumble, though. Remember, 2.25 second stun, rank 1. That buff in Season 9 was Gargantuan, and that's what brought him back into the jungle meta. We do smite here. We want to make sure we kill that. Now, do we want to fall back here to our blue wolves? Or do we want to recognize that the Virkayu now is at risk of being double scuttled? Thing is, that's only 20% experience. It's piss. It's useless. I mean, yeah, just carry on about your business when that happens, okay? I know you might want to try and do something about this, but, ooh. Virkayu. He avoided it. Okay, you know what? Good reactions. But this is now annoying me. It should be annoying you. It's ridiculous. Let's go do stuff, guys. Translate this into a gank, into this, into deep vision, into a gank if you wish to give this up. But because you know he's here, just fall back and do it, and then essentially cut in, knowing that the dude has 2 camps here that he can do. There's no stress. If he wants to run across a whole damn map to take a scuttle, with no raptor camp up and no grubber wolves to fall back to, let him waste his time, yeah? Just here, fall back to this, collapse on here if he overstays, take this. If he does overstay, you can easily go and get this. Now your bot lane did it. So, I'm thankful, because in this situation, if we did what we should have, we deny him. And that's always good, but at the same time, I feel like we should have had better control here. Good scanning to clear this, and now there's like, where is the EKKO syndrome on the enemy team? But, right. Fall back to the blue and the wolves. It's been so damn long, the Grumps respawning, so if nothing really happens, you can fall back to the Grump. But I do kind of like the idea of trying to get something going. This is really, the PvP aspect of EKKO is nice to repeat and abuse. But what's the Virkayu going to do here after this? He's going to fall back to his Raptors and his Krugs. Is he going to look to maybe gank top lane here, knowing that the Jax is kind of screwed a little bit on the experience department, and the EKKO's just kind of hovering, looking for the ganks here. Yes. Get the shield at the very least, so it means we'll get that HP damage. Here we go. There we go. Nice little dead person. And another one, maybe? Maybe? Virka's... Where's he going? Where's Virkayu going? Very confusing, messy early game, but I like it. You know why I like it? Because it's random. And by that I mean, you know, like a standard full clear here, reset, take a crap, that's predictable, right? As soon as junglers who are meant to do 5 camps, meant to do something else, do something completely nonsensical, you have to adapt in real time. What do you think they're going to do? And playing around that is so damn important. We're 6 now. You know, this looked messy. But the whole time, what's Virkayu doing? Can I cut him off? And if he isn't there, what can I get from it so that my time isn't wasted? In this case, good decision, because even if Virkayu doesn't show, there's a kill in the rumble, right? Piss rumble. And yeah, again, you don't need the shield to hit. I just realized what I said. You get that passive from the from the W anyway. That right here, the missing health damage. That's why we want to smite the Grump first, right? Because you get the passive on the W. Anyway, so off we go. Out of base, level 6, nice and early. Red buff is spawning. Virkayu now at this point should have reset to his blue side because there's going to be nothing else up, which means we can use this tracking to get in his face. Oh, hello. That was, shocking. Shocking. A guy who did a full camp, fisted around here for nothing, fell back to this in lane game. Oh, he went bottom side. Oh no, it's so difficult to track. It's not, guys. It's not. And the randomness typically means that it's a lot easier to track them. Yeah? Good W forcing him down. We will have the Yumi shot with Zeri, so we don't overpush here. The W from the Zeri now doesn't do anything, thank goodness. Disgusting champion. Look at this. This is just carnivorous, in-the-face jungling. This is what I mean by not letting another jungler have fun. And when you increase Ekko's passive and his ultimate here, this is where you're gonna see it. Any jungler that gets straight up PvP buffs, like a straight numbers buff, their snowball component gets so much better. And they can keep really pushing these leads. Although again, I'm not a huge fan of the real coin flip nature of these fights. The Vex is gonna come in here. That's a dead Nautilus. We want to try and make sure we live here as much as possible. We will have E up again. We do have Flash up again, and hopefully we can just fall back to our red. So let's take a little bit of stock here in this coin flippy game. Okay, you know, what's Virkayu gonna do? Can I trap him? I'll take that. But now let's fall back, let's be very strong-willed about this, because we know the guy's gonna have to fall back to these camps no matter what, because there's nothing up on this bottom side. Then what would you do if you knew EKKO was here and Rumble's gonna push? Well, EKKO's probably gonna gank, so I'm gonna counter gank. Then EKKO calls that bluff and then counter ganks his counter gank. You understand? You should. Replay it if you don't. Nice stun there by the Kiana. Vex is gonna be baited into this. We're gonna use our red smite as well. Force the flash, that's a dead person. And off we go. I love that movement speed passive. It's frustrating to play against, but to play EKKO is very, very good. I played a lot of EKKO. Okay, 300 plus 1,000 points, and I got a lot of EKKO games. But I obviously have been playing a very long time, so we had the tank EKKO in the jungle, but I didn't play the OP tank EKKO. I played it when it was just like the secondary build path, but it was really fun, like Iceborne Gauntlet, Runic EKKOs, Spirit Visage plus Magi. That was fun. That was fun. And look at this. You see, typically, once you reach a certain elo, but this will happen with good laners no matter what elo you're in, if you're pushing the enemy jungler out of his jungle and making it very predictable where he's going to be, your laners will play off of that. They will get those leads. And in high elo, obviously, you really get the benefit from that. Nice little flash E there. And that W will hit as well because we burned the Flash's Vex. The Vex's Flash, not the Flash's Vex before. Oh, generosity! A benevolent jungler. Look at this. You see 402. This is how you keep your laners happy. Hey, Jax, buddy, you want some kills? You want some double buffs? I give you some double buffs. Hey, Jax, you want to come at me on this? I use it on your plates. You know, you got to keep them motivated by continually giving them something that you might not think they deserve, but they will definitely play better if they have. And that's the trick, all right? Time Winder will ignore that one. Style points. We're going to snack that up. We obviously have this one here. We can just smite it and take it. No shield in Season 13, as I mentioned in the Blitzcrank video. Hey, buddy, did you... This amazes me. This absolutely amazes me. You will have no... Why does this happen so much? Now, the Rumble is backing off. In his credit, he is, to a degree, backing off. But I cannot believe how top laners and bot laners die when a dragon is slain, a herald is slain. You hear it, you see it, it bings on the map, and yet you overpush and disregard their location. I don't get it. I mean, when I'm supporting and I see this dragon's dead, I'm like, okay, bye. I'm not going to keep pushing up here and let them just gank me. If I'm a top laner and they take this, I'm like, well, this lane sucks, you know, but it's better than dying. So the Rumble tried at the very least. You know, he was cognizant of it. Hey, this is warded. Make sure you track those, press spacebar a lot. But the only Fiesta in reaction to randomness, where Virkayu got kind of put in a very difficult position because of the flexi clear they did. The Red Raptor's Grump action enabled the invade, gank mid, or gank top lane, and because the Virkayu anticipated this, showed himself anticipating this, the EKKO was just able to run with it and use that fallback for a direct counter gank, which is exactly what you want to do. Now, Rumble has moved on down to the bottom lane here. Zeri is 3-0-0, so our bot lane is of course not winning at all. A lot of that is to do with our own mistakes here. When we went to the bottom lane, can we snack this? Yes, we can. Smite's a little close, but we get it. Viego shows up here. Zeri Yuumi, you went in too soon. Viegos always go in too soon. This is why this champion's win rate is bad. They build squishy, and they go in too soon, and they don't pay attention to what they're meant to be doing. They go Divine Sundra, and then they think they're an assassin who can one-shot the line before their team gets in. That's why the champion's bad. Not actually. Champion's good. Best junglers just released on the main channel. It's just that players don't really effectively do it properly. So all of a sudden, very unassumingly, right, a lot of non-farming here. Falling back to camp, sequencing camps, cleaning up camps, but there's been a lot of action. A lot of fun fisting, moving around the map, looking to have fights, using those numbers advantages. That's it. That's what those buffs mean. Same thing for Rek'Sai. You know, it affects her because that affects everything, your clear and your PvP, but she was overkilling people anyway, so that's why that win rate is the same. Nice little full clear here. I think we could have gone straight for the... you know, the blue's good on EKKO here, but I kind of definitely want that Grump as well, but yeah, it's fine. I would do the same. I always like to act high and mighty, like, yo, I would do the Grump. I'd be just as distracted by the mana, and then into the Crab, and then into this to use the plate, so we'll fall back to the Grump. It's not a problem. You gotta take sometimes what's right in front of you, and it's not always gonna be perfect. We didn't get the shield there, but we do have the Proto Belt, E, auto attack, Q, another auto attack, and he dies. I mean, the Red Smite also coming through. Huge! Do we want to use the Herald here, or do we want to wait for another lane where we can maybe maximize it a bit more? Because he should have this under control. So what we're going to do here is recognize we get 90 seconds before it's going to do the work. Ultimate is up. So we have Blitzcrank, Flash over the wall, hook E, and now we have the classic EKKO over the wall EW, and now we can use the plates, the Herald here. This is an exquisite example of how I like to play in terms of the aggression when your champion can't match the full clearing tempo or clearing tempo of enemy junglers, right? What can we do? Well, we can get to the map sooner. We can snowball faster. But the issue is we need to prevent the enemy jungler from getting away from us by getting those free ganks. So while, you know, it's all great and mighty to say, listen, I need to sequence and infuse myself with experience and get the objectives, if the enemy jungler can do whatever they want, that's a problem. So what you do, the first order of business, as the snowballing jungler, is deny the enemy jungler the ability to play the game, push him out of his jungle, make his decision-making essentially go away. Like, what is a Viego gonna do? There's not a lot of freedom in the decision because EKKO's forced him into a compromised state for the whole game. So by removing the enemy jungler, now I can gank, now I can take objectives, and I don't have to worry about being outfarmed because I just have so much control on the map here. We didn't get into the W there, so we didn't get the shield. We use our reset button, go, you know what? No dice. Hey, if you're forcing a Fed Jax to push out the Rumble and then do this, that's exactly what we want to do. This is straight up EKKO, controlling this game, winning this game. We're 3 grand now. We're close to 11. RNG Scuttle on the top side. We are going for the Lich Bane for one-shot build because that team is squishy, right? That team is very, very squishy. Not a lot of HP, not a lot of fighters and stuff to worry about, which means we don't need a Nash's Tooth. You could, but you don't need to. Would you still one-shot these teams? Yes, but the Sheen proc plus Lich Bane passive, it's nice. It's better for Assassino playstyle, right? Whereas the Nash's Tooth is a bit more DPS over time, bonky, 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 a lot of autos. Here we're going to see the Vex out of position to go, I choose you as my next target and stack on my Dark Seal. We could go measures at this point. Now here you want to kind of do this, I think. If you wanted to really commit to this, you should go for this. But they stay a little bit for some particular reason. Viego showing up, that's why. Excuse me, sir. Can I interest you in a... Oh. Okay. So, I mean, it is a little bit predictable. Rumble shows up. We use our immobility again. Time wind is slow, punching it out. Look at the gap we created, though. Look at this gap. This is a huge gap that he created just using that E. Jax is obviously no TP. Yeah, he is Ignite. Bide your time, wait for the perfect W. Bide your time, wait for the perfect W. There we go. In and out gameplay, when you're an assassin, when you're squishy, when you have no reset, when you have no Zhonya's, it's imperative that you sit there, observe, and track cooldowns, and know your damage output, because when you get it right, that patience will always be rewarded. Now, let's go ahead, do ourselves a Hex Dragon. That sounds juicy. Vex shows up, Zeri shows up, Yuumi's here. We have to flash that wall, unfortunately, and, well, Ezreal has to flash. We don't have to flash. Loop back around the other side. Jax is going in because he's fed. We get the stun, the counter strike. Nothing goes through that counter strike. We're moving over the wall. Our ult is up again. We can always ult back if we need to. Boom. Nice chase down. Exquisite teamfighting mechanics here. Good. You know, this wasn't perfect. Virkayu read it well. We fall back. We fall back. We fall back. We chill. We chill. We chill. We wait for the right moment. Go in. Next time we try going again. We reposition for the better flank. Waiting for a cooldown ultimate. Huge. Huge assassin positioning prowess. I enjoy. Right. Back to base. Mesh is complete. What do you guys think about a cheeky Zhonya's into data? Do we need Void? We can just go straight death cap, right? Maximize giga damage? I think we can. So again, we're skipping the Grump. Not always a fan of that. I'd rather us kind of do the Wolves Grump, or if the Blue's up, you can kind of do Grump Blue into that Herald. Leave the Wolves, right? Because the Grump is obviously significantly more voluptuous and glorious. It's true. It really is. It really is. The crab, I'm curious about how they're gonna change the crab scaling, if at all, in terms of final numbers. I'm not gonna cover a lot of stuff in season 13, like in terms of numbers, until a week before the drops, because the numbers are gonna be dialed back so much. But I'm curious about the scuttle and experience shifts that will come through if they keep the gold income on the jungle item, because it's really big. It's really big. Okay. We have another Herald. They're really, really far behind. We need to make sure we use our pressure to push in. This is something that I even use my strategy guys myself as well. Because sometimes I get into a rut and I get a bit passive, and that's my thing. So I have the guide open for my champion, and it will say, look, at this point, people are dead. You can push up and take their stuff and use the Herald and push towers. You know, instead of falling back to a bit more of a passive playstyle, it's like, hey, look, you should try and win this game right now. You need to push, take towers, and take their jungle away from this. Take any sort of gold income that they could get out of their hands. They have to just sit in base and wait for you. They have to wait for you. That's what we want. And that's typically my issue. So bear that in mind, yeah? When you're playing this kind of game, you're super fed. There's no reason to fall back to this and then this. Just go in, set traps, one-shot people. Here we go. W place. Kiana goes for the ult. Zeri dodges it because that mobility in the ADC is apparently something we needed. We do have ult if we need. We reposition with the E there. Whoa, that's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. Nice, good use of an aggressive ultimate. Team eventually loses track of it. They always eventually lose track of it. And that's when you strike. Now, the wave is pushed down here. And as I said, we don't want to fall back here. So we just catch the wave, push it up. Jax, in the meantime, doing his stuff. Go ahead and take their Raptors. This is exactly how you close games and keep leads. Kick names and take ass, as it were. There was a bit of a dead moment and didn't need to wait for them to leave the base. Okay. Herald? Baron? Herald. No more Herald. Only Barons now. Again, look, we're just moving in here. We're just giving our camps up. Like, we have a needlessly large rod nuts, right? Could go Shadow Flame. Get stunned, bitch. Now, Virkayu shows up here. I don't like coin flipping Barons, even in the situation, which is why I'm happy that there's going to be 3 upgrades to the Smite. That I do like, 600, 900, 1200. I should be rewarded for having more stacks at certain crucial points in the game, but there should be no reason why 900 is the Smite. It's just way too low, you know? It's absolutely just way too low. Well, you died. You know, a Lux ult and a Kalista shouldn't make me fearful of losing my Dragon or Baron, you know? The bait is fine. The bait is fine, but sometimes you lose a lot by the bait, you know? Especially when you don't have an inhib. What are you baiting exactly? Like a fight that you didn't even win just yet. Crotobelt hits. Jax is just going absolutely ham. This W... We'll get the shield, though. There we go. Ah, we missed the time winder. Unlucky, bro. That's his only death, though. That's his only death. Okay, so our team, and we're 31-5, I think it's okay. Yuumi die? Yes, yes, yes. Disgusting. Like, who okayed this? Our team should be able to get the dragon, but we'll be up so we can go ahead and do it ourselves. Otherwise, they got it. Again, push up the waves. See, you're noticing how he pushes up waves a lot. When teams go and do something else, go push up the waves. But I'm not always a fan of baiting these Barons. If you don't have an inhib, I'd rather kind of focus on making sure we secure this, push this up, push this up, push this up. Try and get Jax pressure here so they can send 2. Then we can bait. Because that bait means 3 will come. It's 4v3. We win that fight, free Baron, you know? And that's the kind of stuff you want. If it's just 5v5 baiting Baron, you're not going to get as much. And here as well, like, Kiana just overcommits. They do it for Yuumi. Virkayu is now the Kiana. He goes for this flash play. We're going to reposition as much as we can. Noldas gets the hook, nice peel. The Yuumi's ultimate comes through. Can we escape? See now, Jax is pushing the bottom lane tower. This is much better, but we are getting rinsed. Ezreal is showing up. We have ult. Can we use it again aggressively? No. That would have been a little grief, actually. See, this is what you want. Now you bait. Now you fight. Now you create a rotational issue, right? Now you force them to base, and if your whole team has done their job, this is a free Baron. Because now Jax, if he has TP, could go in, oh, we're just going to blindly stop the ports there so Jax can keep doing his thing. I don't know. Seems a tad bit too aggressive, maybe? Jax can just push mid now. We can just take this as well. They're getting desperate. You see, this is a better bait, because now they're getting desperate. They don't really know what they want to do. And they know Kiana has respawn with 3 levels up in the Viego. Again, the Time Winder doesn't quite hit. Oh, return Time Winder. And passive. Look how fast he moves. You're dead, my son. You're dead. You can join your wife in all eternity. And now we have Zeri, also dead. Vex out of position. W is going to hit there, which means we get a more slow and free kill. Rumble has the Yumi. They will have to go to defend this, which means now we can do the Baron. Come, Baron, let's go. Let's go, come on. There we go. Good job, team. You can feel my pain, right? Like, I'm living this in real time. I haven't seen the end of this game. You can see what I'm thinking about in real time, the way I'm looking at it. That's what you want, right? That offset pressure there for an inhib, the baits. You know, you really want to force them between a rock and a hard place. And once you do that, that's when you get to pounce. All right, final ability here, Shadow Flame. No, it's fine. I mean, I think you could have afforded just straight up Death Cap Void stuff in this game. I don't know if we needed to worry about Shadow Flame at all. But I get it. They're high damage comp. HP's nice. Out of position again, and when they're out of position as EKKO, you can do the Rengar stuff, right? Who else can we kill? Who wants to feel the might of the Time Lord? Hello. I mean, good grief. That Lichbane, any build with Rockabouts, Lichbane, and the Needless is insane. Oh, I love it. The damage is mighty. The jungling is mighty, and what you learn from this is don't 4, 5, 6 camp blindly as EKKO. Flexi clears, 3 camp clears, get on the map, use your snowballing, probe for kills, use your PvP power over the enemy jungler to force them out, use the buffs, use the AP ratios, get wins. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget ZRGG guys in the description below. Best junglers available on the main channel if you want a tier list. And as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.